Most footballers at 41 are giving after-dinner speeches, launching academies, or quietly watching the game they once owned from the comfort of a television studio. Cristiano Ronaldo is doing none of those things. In 2026, he is still pulling on boots, still sprinting, still scoring, and still chasing a number so audacious that most people assumed it was a joke when he first mentioned it: 1,000 career goals. The question is not whether he can get there. The question is what it is costing him to try. Because behind the training sessions and the highlight reels and the social media updates showing a body that defies every known law of athletic aging, there is a family watching all of it with a very different set of emotions. And what they are feeling is not pride alone. It is something far more complicated, far quieter, and far more urgent than that. To understand the strain, you first have to understand the obsession. The 1,000 goal milestone is not just a number. It is the final frontier of football's individual scoring records, a threshold so remote that no player in the modern era has ever seriously threatened it. Ronaldo, sitting somewhere in the mid-900s as 2026 unfolds, is closer to it than any player in history has ever been. Every match he plays is another data point in a pursuit that has consumed the last decade of his professional life and shows absolutely no sign of releasing its grip. But goals do not come free at 41. They come at the cost of an aging body pushed daily beyond what medical science would traditionally recommend. A family life stretched across continents and compressed into the gaps between training sessions, and a psychological intensity that leaves very little room for anything else. The pursuit is magnificent. The cost is real, and it is being paid by more people than just Ronaldo himself. Nobody inside the Ronaldo family has gone on record with a direct and public plea for retirement. That is not how families at this level of public life operate. But the signals have been visible for anyone paying close enough attention. Georgina Rodríguez has spoken in interviews about wanting more time together, about the weight of raising 5 children with a partner whose professional commitments span an entire calendar year. She has chosen her words carefully, but the sentiment underneath them has never been especially difficult to read. The children are growing up. The eldest, Cristiano Jr., is now a footballer himself, beginning his own career at an age where he needs his father present in a way that a man chasing history in Saudi Arabia cannot always be. The question that hangs in the air at the Ronaldo family table, unasked but unmistakably present, is a simple one. When does the mission end? And when does the man come home? Georgina Rodríguez occupies one of the most psychologically complex positions imaginable. She is simultaneously the partner of a man she loves deeply, the manager of a household that depends on his presence, the co-architect of a family brand that requires his continued relevance, and a woman with her own ambitions and emotional needs that do not always align neatly with the demands of his mission. Supporting Ronaldo's pursuit of 1,000 goals while privately feeling the weight of his absence is not a contradiction. It is simply the reality of loving someone whose drive operates on a frequency most human beings cannot access. She has never publicly wavered in her support, and that consistency is itself a form of extraordinary strength. But support and strain are not mutually exclusive, and anyone who believes that Georgina watches Ronaldo prepare for another season at 41 without a complicated mixture of admiration and quiet exhaustion is not paying close enough attention to the life she is actually living. Here is what makes the whole situation even more fascinating and even harder to resolve. Ronaldo's body, inexplicably and almost offensively, keeps performing. The sports science community has spent years waiting for the inevitable decline, the injury that does not heal, the season where the goals dry up and the legs finally submit to the mathematics of age. It has not come. His fitness metrics, by all available accounts, remain extraordinary for a man of any age, let alone one who has been playing professional football at the highest level for over 2 decades. And that is precisely what makes the retirement conversation so difficult for the family to win. Every time Georgina or his inner circle might gently raise the question of stepping away, Ronaldo can simply point to the scoreboard. As long as he keeps scoring, as long as the body keeps delivering, as long as the gap between where he is and 1,000 goals keeps closing, the argument for stopping is fighting an opponent that refuses to stand still. There is another layer to this conversation that nobody in the family speaks about publicly, but everyone in their world understands intimately: the commercial dimension of Ronaldo's continued playing career. An active Ronaldo, in a shirt, on a pitch, scoring goals, is worth incomparably more to the family's commercial empire than a retired Ronaldo, however legendary. Sponsorship deals, platform engagement, media interest, and the gravitational pull of his personal brand all depend to a significant degree on the continued spectacle of him performing at the highest level. Retirement will come, and when it does, the brand will adapt. It always does. But the transition from active athlete to global icon in retirement is one that even the most carefully managed personal brands find difficult to navigate without some loss of momentum and commercial value. The family knows this, even if they never say it. And it adds yet another layer of complexity to conversations that are already heavy with emotion, loyalty, and the particular exhaustion of loving someone who cannot stop. One of the most intriguing subplots running beneath the retirement debate is the emergence of Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. as a professional footballer in his own right. The son is beginning his career at precisely the moment when his father is considering, or being asked to consider, ending his. That dynamic creates a psychological and emotional complexity that would be fascinating even if it were happening in complete privacy. And it is happening instead under the gaze of the entire football world, which has already begun comparing the two with an eagerness that is as inevitable as it is unfair. For Ronaldo Sr., watching his son begin the journey he himself started over 20 years ago must be simultaneously thrilling and sobering. It is the most vivid possible reminder that time is moving, that chapters are turning, and that the legacy he is building goal by goal will one day belong entirely to history rather than to the present. Whether that accelerates or delays his decision to retire is a question only he can answer, but it is impossible to believe it does not deepen it. The most gripping thing about Ronaldo's pursuit of 1,000 goals in 2026 is not the number itself. It is the uncertainty surrounding what happens the moment he reaches it. Does he stop? Does the achievement of the final target finally give him permission to rest, to come home, to be present in the way his family has been quietly requesting for longer than anyone will admit? Or does he simply reset the target, find a new horizon, and continue because stopping is the one thing Cristiano Ronaldo has never truly known how to do? The family is watching, the world is watching, and somewhere in the middle of all of it is a man who has spent his entire life refusing to be finished, standing at the edge of the greatest individual achievement in the history of his sport, knowing that whatever he decides next will define not just his legacy, but the family that built itself around his extraordinary, relentless, and deeply human need to be the best. The hidden strain is real, but so is the man carrying it, and he is not done yet. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click on the notifications bell for more gist and stories on your favorite celebrities. Until the next one, please stay tuned.